In this film, Metin Oktay is at your age. Do you want to be friends with him? Hello friends, I am Metin Oktay, the brotherly spirit of Turkish sports, the legend of Turkish football, the king of scorers. Would you like to know my life story told by me? I was born in 1936 in Karşıyaka, Izmir. My mother's name is Fatma. My father's name is Hasan. I spent my childhood and early youth in Izmir. I was also interested in football for the first time here, and I started playing football there. That's why I love Izmir so much, and it always has a special place for me. The conditions of playing football in my childhood were not like what you are used to now. For example, there were no green football fields. We could either play on the streets or in empty lots. Even real football fields were made of soil back then. We didn't have soccer balls and soccer shoes as beautiful as today. If we were lucky, we would only have one ball with all the neighborhood kids. As it was torn, we would patch it and keep playing. Not only the material conditions of playing football, but also the spiritual environment was slightly different. For one thing, football players were not necessarily playing with the desire to make a lot of money. Football was a passion, desire, and a work of heart. A football player became a very famous person, but still led a normal life among the public. It was thought, why should we have a privilege from other people just because we are football players? In those years, the players and supporters of the opposing team were respected. Values such as being an opponent during the match, being a friend after the match, playing well and deserving the win were very important. These were at least as important as winning a game, a cup. Dear friends, if you take these things into consideration while trying to get to know me, you will understand better what I mean for Turkish sports and Turkish football. My interest in football started when I was a kid. I used to chase after bottle caps and patch balls in the street and schoolyards. I used to play games on the streets with friends, and when I couldn't find anyone to play, I would shoot the ball to walls by myself. I was fan of Said Altınordu, one of the legendary football players of my childhood. When I grew up, I dreamed of being a great football player like him. During my school years, I was a student who got some moderate scores. My family also wanted me to have a profession. That's why I enrolled in a vocational school in high school. The first step in making my dream of becoming a football player came true was to join the school's football team. We were now doing matches and training with the school team. In my spare time, I would draw a goalpost on a wall and practice shooting by myself. My licensed football career, this is, my real football career, started in 1952 in Izmir with Damlacıkspor, one of the first amateur cluster teams. Then I was transferred to a Mensukat team. I started to attract the attention of the football community with the good football I played, and especially the goals I scored. So much that I was even called to the youth national team candidate squad. Another turning point for me was my transfer to İzmirspor, one of the Izmir's professional teams. I scored 17 goals that year. Thus, I became the top scorer and İzmirspor became the champion. Thanks to my performance at İzmirspor, many clubs wanted to transfer me. One of these clubs were Galatasaray. I was just 19 years old. On July the 11th, 1955, I signed that historic signature that would change the course of Turkish football and connect me to Galatasaray forever. Now, Metin Oktay would mean Galatasaray, and Galatasaray would mean Metin Oktay. When I signed for Galatasaray, my only economic expectation was that my family's living conditions would improve a little. For this reason, I bought a commercial plate vehicle as a transfer fee and left it to my family. From this date on, except for one season I spent with Italy's Palermo team, I only wore the Galatasaray jersey until I quit football. I scored hundreds of goals with this jersey. I was top scorer many times. I broke many records. I played 36 matches with the national jersey and scored 16 goals. In 1956, I scored a goal in the match. We beat Hungary. That included Puskás, one of the best football players in the world at that time. We won 3-1. I could shoot and pass with both feet. Even though I was not tall, my hat goals were famous thanks to my skills in timing and jumping. I was very strong. I had a combative spirit that never gave up. In a match, we played with Fenerbahce in 1959. I hit the ball so hard that the ball entered the goalpost and I scored. Moreover, the ball nets were pierced. Those in the field were looking for the ball in surprise for a while. Even though I scored my goals while wearing the Galatasaray jersey, I gained the love and respect of every young and old alike. I wasn't just because I was a good striker. It was because I was fair, sportsman, loving, hard-working person that did not pay importance to material things, and most importantly, a loyal person. So much so that in my Jubilee match with Fenerbahce, we changed our uniforms with Fenerbahce's unforgettable name, Can Bartu, and played the last 10 minutes of the match with the opposing team. When the match was over, all the players took me on their shoulders and said goodbye to me from the green fields. Dear friends, as you can hear, I was a great striker. I scored spectacular goals. I lived to score goals, but I valued being a good person more than scoring goals. That's why I am remembered today as a legend. It is important to do our job well, but whatever we do, the most important thing is to never compromise on being a good person, even if it means making huge profits. I've always believed this.